What's happening, guys? Welcome back to episode 15 and our conclusion of the walkthrough for Lies of P Overture. So before we get going this episode, just to stay at this point, we have wrapped up the DLC in full, aside for a few loose ends, and then obviously the final boss. Now, before we get into this, there's one thing we need to do as far as quest, and there was some stuff in my notes that I caught that is actually very, very good news. So first of which, we're going to jump on over to Chapter 9, Barren Swamp. We have learned new gestures here in the DLC, which actually do relate to quests in the base game. This is one of two instances where this happens. Now, on top of this, I've checked my notes and I thought that we actually had to do 2 runs through DLC to Platinum. This is not true. We're going to complete the Platinum this playthrough. That's because I took my notes in New Game. If you're a New Game Plus, you can get all the records. I thought we'd be missing one, but we're not. So, this episode will be getting you guys your 8th and final record, and you'll be in the Platinum in 1 run. If you took my advice and went in New Game Plus. If not, you will have a second playthrough. But in my notes, I thought we'd be missing 1 record. I did tell you guys that, but that's because I took my notes on New Game. In New Game Plus, we are able to, actually get all this done.
It is a brilliant feat.
Now, since I'm in New Game Plus, I didn't turn in most of these. We did pick up 2 new
I
ones
see now.
in the DLC with the share. It gets some really nice stuff.
I may not be able to cry, but I hope I can comfort others.
All right, come on.
Hello. The mimicry of a joyful heart. It's good to feel alive. If I make human friends someday, you may not always be my only friend. If I make human friends someday,
Okay.
you may not always be my only friend.
So, really rare consumables, some pretty decent stuff all in all. So let's go ahead and bump that up a bit. Then we're going to go ahead back Rose Garden entrance. Now you're going to see Klaus at the bottom of the screen. That's always there, just telling you, hey, you have Ancient Disc and there are items to buy. We already got everything worthwhile. There's a few Legion Calipers and some Ergo left, and that is it. I think 1 Moonstone, but not really worth our time. Either way, so like I said, in between episodes, as this is our conclusion, I was double testing things, and I did falsely state, some misinformation that you could not platinum single run. We can, as long as you're New Game Plus, because the fact of the matter is you can't get your rare records unless you're a New Game Plus. So we did tell you guys it would make things easier and that you could pretty much get it all done. But confirmed with my notes in between episodes, we are able to achieve our platinum. After we take out the final boss or the keynote, the Blood Artist, we will be able to get access to a hidden area, which is going to give us our last and final record. So good news, all in all. So either way, guys, getting into this fight, we are going to want to use electric. This is a puppet. This is a devastatingly hard puppet, guys. This guy is going to make, I said this before, it's going to make the nameless puppet, which a lot of people struggle with immensely. It's going to make him look like a pushover at the end of the day. He really is. This guy is quite quite deadly, quite dangerous. So we're going to briefly go over his moveset, but honestly, it's something you have to see live. It's really hard to break down verbally because everything he's doing. So I'm going to go in here with a few extra electric buffs just so we can stay buffed. Now, getting into this fight, as far as quests, you have to actually summon. Leia's going to be here right in the left-hand side. She's on the ground sickly. Just help her up. She's going to be in the fight, but as part of a quest, you have to do it. Now, Phase 1 is going to have its own health bar, and so will Phase 2. Phase 1's not so bad, although it's really tough. You have to learn his deflection timings. So for the guide, all we're going to do is play defensively. We're going to let his whole combo play out while we're deflecting. Then once that's done, we're going to do a charge set. Rinse, repeat. You have windows to get off your weapon arts, use it. But other than that, we're just playing defensively, charge heavy after his combo. And that's really it. So he's dual wielding, has a sickle and a short sword, so he's going to do slide slash overhead. But when he does a slide slash, 1 swipe, 2 swipe, because it's dual wielding, right? So just try to get accustomed to learning the timing of that. But he has some 3-hit combos, some 5-hit combos, some 7-hit combos, so it is something you just have to learn with time. 2 fury attacks, one's just to leap into there and slam down, the other he will glow red and just do this huge side swipe where his blade extends like 15 feet, it's like this red aura. So if you can deflect that, that's going to help. And like I said, the other one's just a leap attack. From distance, he'll use a puppet string, pull himself close. You can dodge that, but if you do, the next swipe's going to hit you, so I just usually let him get that off, and then I'm ready to deflect the next hit. All in all, it's a very active fight. Everything I named what's going to happen is just a lot of it. Now, Phase 2, where things get extremely difficult. So he's gonna start using these grinding wheels that are on his back to attack you. Like I said, he's gonna use this red aura that extends his arms big time. But he starts off by going up into the air, and he's gonna shoot 6 skulls at you. It's 2, 2, 2. So you're gonna deflect all 3 of those. Then he does a slam that you need to deflect. And as he's getting up, there's a whirlwind that circles him, and you have to multi-deflect all the way through that. Then he has a 10-hit combo where it's gonna fly around, do 1 big slash, 2, 3. Then it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then one last big one, followed by a delayed explosion. So after you deflect all 10 attacks, you have to dodge. So in phase 2, anytime he does big slashes and you see red smoke coming off the ground, dodge. This is going to be a delayed explosion. He has wheels on his back, so he's going to shoot him in front of him, do 1 big side swipe, then another, then an overhead that's a multi-hit. It's a wheel that's spinning on you. He's got a lot of thrust attacks, he's got grab attacks, he's just got a lot of stuff that's hard to verbally break down. But, that's the main gist of it. Phase 2 is really learn to survive his special attack. Anytime he goes up in the air, if you could learn to survive that, your chances of success have, went up exponentially.
Where's the legend I faced before?
Shut up, you filthy puppet!
Oh, no. I must ask. Did you actually believe you could save your beloved apprentice? And who might you be?
You got to fucking find out. So help her up. I usually like to wait till phase 2, but it's not really gonna matter. She'll stick around long enough. She never stays the whole fight. It's like kind of stretches the stay on but now if she's here, that's kind of down pretty well, but if he comes at you, like this combo guy. Oh, you little bitch. Let the combo start saving on grab. That's the best way to do it.
Never fails. Humans are just so breakable.
Break your stance and time to get it on.
I swore I would never be late again! As long as anyone else! No!
Yep. And that does it. Like I said, phase 1's not bad. 1-on-1, it's definitely challenging. It's a lot of fun to learn, guys. A lot of fun to learn. I don't like summons. I said this before, they get in my way. Summons get in my way, I don't like to use them. But we have to, as far as completing the quest line, to give us a record reading. We gotta summon them. So, just like I said, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, slam. Then I have to get that whirlwind, so big swipe, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, drop. You see, he about wiped us out completely. See that? He about completely wiped us out. And that's kind of my point. Dodge. See that red cloud? That's the explosion. And that's kind of like saying before. Anytime you see that, get ready to dodge through it. Rebuff. Multi-hit.
Not even close!
God, he keeps running away like a little coward. Now if we can break his stance here, he's gonna help us do a critical, just gonna fuck him up. Dodge. No, it's another grabber dead. If you live through, I'll be very surprised. Holy shit. Bad timing, Rick. There it is. She should help with the critical. I'm hoping. Oh, no, she didn't. Sometimes she does. Crazy animation. Now he's about to do his bullshit again, guys. Oh, we can help her up again? I did not know that. Alright, so they're going to stagger this time. See that, like right at the end? You gotta survive it. 1, 2, 3, 4. then stop. Right? Damn, you told me when we got the first try. I would have called bullshit on that. I was thinking we'll get 3 forward tries here, but that's how you play it, guys. That's how you should play it. At the end of the game, we'll let this play out.
You have to spoil the fun. Was fun while it lasted.
That's how he becomes Mr. Riddleman, you know, in the base game. That's the guy with the Trinity keys doing all the phone calls. So if you go back to the base game at this point, you will actually be able to get more dialogue with him about, you know, what's going on here. But, you know, it's something cool, but not trophy related, not going to get a crazy item or anything like that.
Thank you. It's yours now. All this time, I wondered why you look so familiar. And now I know.
Carlo. Alright guys, so that's your ending. Now, once we get our ending, it actually teleports you back to the main world, so we do have to come back here to conclude with some quests. There's actually one more cutscene too. I'll let this play out. It just shows how the events in the game started, for the most part, with Geppetto and turning Romeo into the king of puppets and all that. Geppetto, pretty much, if you guys remember, with the nameless puppet, he kept him in that box, so he's using him to take them, kill them, whatever the case may be. Both.
I believe in you.
Remember, he made Romeo the king of puppets.
Carry on.
He made us into Carlo, kinda.
Don't forget.
But some of you might be wondering, what did
This
you
is
do with
your
her?
story now.
Well, that is also us. This is a theory that I've had, that many players have had. We believe that we're the legendary stalker, you know, her essence, her soul. Yeah, he has Carlo's memories, but he's not Carlo. You know, he's not Carlo. He looks like Carlo. He has Carlo's memories, but he doesn't have his personality. I think that is more of the legendary stalker, and I also believe that that's where your combat style has came from. It's her identical style that's been pointed out from Alador, the tracker, as you went through the DLC. It's been pointed out by her as you went through the DLC. You guys were fighting together. So this is just a cutscene you waking up back at the Path of the Pilgrim. Then you're going to get a little prompt on your screen telling you, hey, things might be more connected than you think. Check back with some stories into the base game as you might find differences. So right here, there are stories that, however minutely, have been altered by your actions. Seek out the tales that remain in both the forgotten time and the present time. So this is more than anything else added dialogue with Arlecchino. Then the puppet we talked to at the start of the episode, you guys might recall, that was, he was involved too. But that's the only differences I've really found all in all. Alright, so from here, teleport to Stargazer. And go to Eventide Hotel Crop. I hate that it makes you jump back and forth because we actually have to go back to chapter 2 in the base game, but for whatever reason it makes you do this first. Now there are 2 trophies for the platinum, probably some of the more difficult ones to get, and that is finding all of your recording devices and listen to them in full. Then obviously on top of that we're going to have all records. These are the more complicated ones to get. If there's anything from Klaus you have not done yet, now's the time, right? Now's the time. Aside from that, like I said, just a few little loose ends. Alright, we're done being locked down. What's going on? How can I move? Hello? Not sure what that's about. That's definitely a glitch. You're not supposed to be locked in fucking place, so I guess that's the thing. Right at the end we get the glitch. Isn't that nice? Thank you. Alright guys, so new weapon here. This is absolutely, I believe it's the most powerful weapon in the game. I'm not really big into sabers, but if you're going to give me a saber with a unique moveset and very nice scaling and very powerful Fable Arts, I'm good with that, because it does. The light attacks are different than any other saber. The heavy attacks are different than any other saber. The Fable Arts attacks are most definitely the most potent in the game. And then it even has a unique critical attack that's absolutely fucking devastating, guys. Check it out. So, there's your heavy check. He's kind of jumping in the air. Right? Now watch these criticals. Wow. 5,400 damage almost. Just 2 charged heavies and a crit. 5,500. It's really close to that. So handle art is absolutely devastating. 7,000. You can follow up with that. And you get almost 10,000 just from a weapon art mixed with the critical. And then the blade's really good. You kind of jump back and forth. Flashes, delayed bursts. Get back in and just, fuck shit up. On top of that, the light attacks, really nice. It's just really graceful. It's got a lot of kind of jump attacks mixed in. Isn't that cool? So this is a really solid choice. It's meant for us. It's quality. So BB and quality scaling. 241 plus 194 in scaling. So really good damage, especially for a weapon that has hits that come out that fucking fast. It's really nice. Alright guys, so to wrap up with everything, to conclude this series, like I said, there's still a few things to do that's going to knock it out. So if you're going over to the gold coin fruit tree, we can't get the gold seed from here. We planted it here, but it's not going to show up until you get back to the main world. So we'll cover that when the time comes. More importantly, we have the key for the secret room.
This must have been.
Right, so you get a painting here, and then Leah's recollection. So for one, you have to find and listen to all of these in full for a trophy, but it's the only way to get your last record as well. So with that, we've collected all records in a single playthrough, if and only if you went through the DLC in New Game Plus. Now, we advise you guys do this for multiple reasons. So, I wasn't aware that we got all records until I checked that in between episodes. I said that we'd get all of them besides for one. And I checked because when I took notes, that playthrough was on New Game. So I had to, do some testing, and I found out that we can platinum a single playthrough if we're on New Game Plus. But I told you guys, so you have plenty of upgrade materials. Go through a New Game Plus run. You had to get your platinum in the base game anyways, which takes at least 2 to 3 playthroughs, right? But yeah, just get you plenty of Legion calipers so you fully upgrade Legion arms as you get them, fully upgrade weapons as you get them, because you have those materials. But it also lets us get all the gold records and get a platinum in one go. So now that we have that, we have our records. If you're looking at the DLC, it should be 8. So the last one you got in the main game is Proposal Flower Wolf Part 1 if you did New Game Plus, obviously. So this room is the start of the DLC. You should have 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 once you have Survivor. So that does, wrap up pretty much all of our trophies in full. Actually, yeah, that does conclude the platinum. Everything else from this point is just like extra stuff to the game. So if you guys jump on back to Chapter 2 in the base game, Crut City Hall. I pointed this out in the base game walkthrough. I pointed out a tree. Well, this tree is revolved around Rosaria's quest, the little girl. So I told you guys eventually you do the entirety of the DLC, then you jump back here very late game. So if you follow along with the base game walkthrough, you understand what I'm talking about. If not, you just go back to the start of the game. Guess we can kind of fuck around with our weapons. I mean, it's New Game Plus. You guys might have a little bit of health, but I don't really think so. Thank you. They're not our priority, but, they're in the way. Yeah, I didn't do shit in New Game Plus. I didn't grab anything I didn't need to, Thank you. Thank you. Alright, so over here on your left, that's your quest. Let's go and take out Big Boy real quick. Let's test out these weapon arts in action. Good God, dude. Almost fucking one-shotted this guy. It's an elite enemy. New Game Plus scaling, Typically got a decent amount of health. We one-shotted him, guys. That's crazy good. So here's Rosaria. This is a tree we pointed out a long time ago, when we did the base game.
You came.
I knew you would. I'm so happy to see you again.
Meet again. So I'll wait for you. Again at the world's end. Farewell. My forever friend. Who looks like my dear Carlo.
It all relates back, as you see. Rosaria's treasure, last piece. So a child's drawing that looks very old. Rosaria's treasure, last piece of the drawing. So now you have the full drawing. So if you were to look at it, that's your family photo, right? So a child's drawing that looks very old. On the back are 2 sentences, each with different handwriting. Our beloved son, may your everyday be as happy as this one. So if you notice, you're looking at Geppetto, you're looking at Carlo, you're looking at Rosaria, So it's pretty cool. And obviously, if you're still trying to get your endings, your New Game Plus, but you haven't got the ending of the base game, you went to the DLC in Chapter 9, or, whatever the case may be, you're getting Humanity, which is going to help you guys out. So now we're going to jump back to Hotel Stargazer. We have to go get the golden seed that we planted. It's now turned into the gold flower, which can be used to decorate the record player. So, once again, we've already got the platinum, or you should. You definitely have at the end of the episode, but I'm quite sure you have your platinum. This is just like extra stuff, Cool stuff to decorate the record player, wrap up quests. Maybe not be the most important, but it still matter. It's still content, right? So what we're going to do from here is go all the way up, back to the gold coin tree. Different location, technically. Same location, different time period. And there you go.
Wow,
The golden
look
rose.
at it. So beautiful.
onto your record player, decorate the gramophone. And there you are. So that's what it's all about. Just, cool extra stuff, guys. That is it. So now it holds your cherished memory. Now that we have that, oh yeah, the painting we placed in the past, that's over here. You interact with it in the past, you gotta interact with the future too. So you're able to pretty much just bring it back. Just, a lot of neat little stuff going on if you put the time in. And Rose Garden entrance. Now, what's really strange to me is Rosaria. Her quest didn't show up until after the boss. We looked at the start of the episode. The option was not there to actually do that quest, even though we did all the steps, right? It kind of wanted us to take out the last boss. Um, so because of that, just to show you guys, she is usually right here. For whatever reason we missed it, I don't know why it didn't show up, but she's usually right here, and then you would fight the boss. So I don't know why. I know that we did see her in every location. We completed the quest. We just wrapped that up. So I did want to show that off. I don't know what is the cause and effect, but if you notice, no side quests, no items, no anything is showing up anywhere. Nothing relates to the DLC anyway. So with that, we are, wrapped up in full. As long as you did the secret key, you did the golden seed, you got all of your records, you've, officially wrapped up with all of your quest lines. We also did get this, which is really dope, guys. Really dope. We could look like the legendary stalker right now. I really like that. We're using our weapon, or we have ours, we have that one. So it's got like really, really neat stuff. I hope you guys do enjoy it all. But if you're going to a New Game Plus run, be ready for a bit of a power fantasy, because you're going to be exceptionally fucking powerful if you were not already. So with that, we are going to go ahead and wrap on up. I hope you guys have enjoyed the series, and we will catch you back with the next one.